just wrapped up some hockey. Excuse me, some basketball talk, and we're gonna get into hockey right now. As much as it's hurting me to miss this, I do have a show to do though. As much as it's hurting me to miss the beginning of the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins game, I can't stand Pittsburgh. Can't stand Sidney Crosby. Great players, but the score is 0-0 right now. I'm going to finish up here, and then that'll wrap it up. Anyway, in the NHL right now, a lot of surprises right now. The New York Rangers going into the game against Anaheim Monday night had won 3 in a row. We're at 6-7. Then it was a tough game. It's so many turnovers that led to 2 Anaheim goals. You can't against a good team like Anaheim. They cannot do that. Michael Del Zotto tallied his first of the season, but he's been a big topic in Rangers trade rumors of late. Michael Del Zotto, and I would be all for that, honestly. The defense has picked it up a lot lately. They were terrible in the first couple games, but that was the West Coast trip. It's not. They were nine game road trip. So the Raptors Rangers started out 3-6. I wasn't totally upset with that because it's not easy to go on the road for 9 games and start 7-2. If you do 7-2, that's unbelievable. Give Alain Vigneault the coach of the year then. But nonetheless, this is a big game tonight for the Rangers against Pittsburgh. They're 6-8 right now. AV though has made some adjustments. He is putting JT Miller back in the lineup. I've been really disappointed with the way JT Miller's been playing. I wouldn't put him back in the lineup. I'd send him back down to the minors. One guy who definitely benefited from the minors, though, that is doing very well for the Rangers now is Chris Kreider. He's been a complete stud since he's been back up. He's kind of been generating a lot of offense for the Rangers that they would normally get from Rick Nash and Rick Nash's presence alone. But Kreider's been hustling, hitting people, getting his chances, setting up teammates beautifully. He's been doing it all. He's been fantastic since he's been up, Kreider. So he should be up for the rest of the year, unless he struggles mightily, which I do not see that happening. But nonetheless, Henrik Lundqvist in goal tonight for the Rangers. Cam Talbot been admirable as a backup. Henrik Lundqvist has definitely picked it up as of late, though. They had definitely had some nice wins. Derek Stepan finally on Saturday night got his first 3 goals of the year. He got a hat trick. He was struggling. Big time, but he had a nice game against Carolina, and so did Carl Hagelin, who missed the first couple of games with some injuries, first 10 games with injuries. He picked up 2 goals against Carolina. He's been playing very well since he's been back in. Ryan Callahan just came back in the lineup the other night against Anaheim in the loss, but Captain Cali, having him in the lineup never hurts because of the heart and hustle he brings every night. And some other hockey news today. Martin Brodeur announced that he would be willing to accept a trade if he was traded to a contender. That shocks me a little bit because he's been the Devils' lifer. He said himself he's no longer the Devils' starting goalie, which is sad. Corey Schneider is probably a better goalie right now, but he hasn't looked too good. The Devils as a team haven't looked too good. They made a lot of nice depth moves. They don't really have. Once they lost Ilya Kovalchuk and Zach Parise, though, even though Zach Parise, this is his second year off the team, they didn't replace him very well, and then they didn't do a good job replacing Kovalchuk. Ilya Kovalchuk, abruptly retired from the Devils. So they didn't do a good job replacing guys, caliber guys like that, but they made some nice depth moves, but they haven't really paid off for the Devils. A team that's surprising a lot of people right now is Tampa Bay Lightning, who sit atop the Atlantic Division right now, above Detroit and Toronto because they played less games. Tampa Bay surprised a lot of people. Steven Stamkos is obviously a stud, but goalie situation, Anders Lindback's played well for them, so they're surprising a lot of people. The most surprising team, though, in hockey has to be the Colorado Avalanche, though. They're 12-1. They were the worst team in the NHL last year. And then they hired Patrick Roy. And people who don't know who Patrick Roy is, he's one of the greatest goalies ever, but he's also nuts. He was crazy, and he still is crazy because in his coaching debut, he decided to shove the divider at Bruce Boudreau. So he hasn't lost his craziness, it seems like. But nonetheless, he's done a fabulous job in Colorado. They're 12-1, second in the Western Conference right now, to Boudreau's Ducks, who are also a very good team. They surprised a lot of people last year being the number 2 seed, but people saying it's a 48-game schedule, blah, blah, blah. And then they lost to the Detroit Red Wings in the playoffs. But Anaheim's off to a wonderful start this year, too. So I think they're showing this year that last year was not a fluke in the least. So Anaheim playing phenomenal. Chicago Blackhawks picking up right where they left off. They're 9-2-4. They have 4 overtime losses. San Jose Sharks playing excellent hockey. They lost. Even though they did lose to the lowly Buffalo Sabres last night, who were essentially giving up on their season. Buffalo trading away Thomas Vanek. And they're rebuilding. Ryan Miller won't be in Buffalo very much longer, so that's sad. The Phoenix Coyotes, another surprising team, 11-3-2. Dave Tibbetts done a fabulous job in the desert. Obviously not a hockey hotbed, the desert, but Tibbetts is a very good coach, and they're looking like a big playoff team. John Tortorella has done a good job in Vancouver to start his tenure there. Canucks, 22 points so far. When you're looking at the Western Conference, it's just shocking how much better they are than the Eastern Conference, because the Eastern Conference point leader right now is Pittsburgh at 22, and I'm counting right now. The Western Conference has 6 teams at least at 22 points or more. So right now the Western Conference is absolutely the superior conference, but it is a long season. There, most games played is 17 games by the Canucks, so we'll see what the conferences can do from that, but nonetheless, Western Conference is obviously the better conference right now. I'm never really got into hockey predictions for the season because I just didn't really know what to expect. With the new division alignment. Still hate the names big time with the new divisions, and I hate the alignment. I hate the new playoff system. I hate the fact that you have to have at least 3 teams from each division, and I think that's a terrible idea. I think that you should have the division winners in each conference, and whoever's just the best team after seeding wise afterwards. I do not like this one bit. I think it's great they're trying something new, but this is just not good for the game. It's not the way we do things in sports. You're trying to win fans back. You're not getting them with this new alignment. And I think people are going to be outraged after these playoffs because I don't think this is going to determine who the best teams are in their respective leagues, because you have, in the Atlantic Division, you have right now the top 3 teams, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Detroit. And then you'll have, in the Metropolitan, Pittsburgh, Washington, and New York Islanders. So then that leaves 2 more teams in. But let's just say I'm saying hypothetically that Montreal, Ottawa, and Florida, hypothetically, were better than the Islanders. They should be in that then. It shouldn't be the 3 teams in each division. But that's the way it is. I'm looking forward to seeing how it does work out. But that honestly is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll just see how it works out eventually. But anyway, just to check up on, go back to the score update. And the Rangers Penguins game is still scoreless at the halfway point of the first period. 0-0. So. Good to see my Rangers are hanging with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think that the Rangers, they have, I think that they're going to make the playoffs eventually. I think AV is going to figure out what to do. He's a very good head coach. He's an established head coach. They don't have Rick Nash, which is huge for them, because Rick Nash is their top goal scorer. So, Henrik Lundqvist has been playing much better of late. And they got their big road trip out of the way. I mean, you have to do that road trip. It's better they got it out of the way at the beginning of the season. Rather than the later stages of the season where it could have really hurt them going into the playoffs. So I think going forward, the Rangers, they've won, until the Anaheim game, they had won 4 out of 5. So I'm excited going forward. This is a huge game for them tonight. Even though it's still early in the season, a huge game for them tonight against Pittsburgh. If they win this will give them a lot of confidence moving forward. So that is, that's what I have to say about hockey. That'll wrap up my show tonight. This is Kevin Bartnett. Thank you all for tuning in, everybody. I'll be back on again next week, same time, 7 o'clock. And I will be on next Tuesday as well with my co-host John Stanko on the BS Report Tuesday at 8 p.m. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great evening, everybody.